So reports are coming out that Coach Calipari will be leaving the University of Kentucky and be taking his coaching talent to Arkansas on reportedly a 5-year deal. Of course, nothing is official, but it seems likely that that is the case. There are also reports this morning that players are going to be meeting at Coach Cal's home at 2 p.m. local time in Lexington, and they're going to be discussing, I guess, the situation at hand. Now, as a University of Kentucky alum, this one definitely does hit home a little bit because I am a passionate Kentucky fan, and just like a lot of other Kentucky fans, it has been up and down last, I would say, probably 5 years for Kentucky, only winning one game in the tournament since then in both the SEC tournament and March Madness, the NCAA tournament. Getting bounced in the first round of Oakland this year was probably one of the most talented rosters Kentucky has had in the last 10 years. You pretty much knew some type of change was going to take place. However, once everything, settled down, they came out and they said that Coach Cal will be the coach moving forward. They were going to stick with him as coach. And at that moment, it seemed like, okay, Kentucky did not want to pay the $33 million buyout fee to get rid of Coach Cal. Coach Cal didn't really have any enticing job offers at that moment. So let's just run it back another season. You have currently the number 2 recruiting class in the nation coming in, and let's see if they can work some magic and maybe this roster can get Kentucky over the hump. Well, just about a week after that, Coach Cal is heading off to Arkansas, and you would assume he's probably going to take the majority of this class with him if they decide to follow Coach Cal, and I would assume most people are expecting that as well. Of course, we already heard that Aaron Bradshaw, the former 5-star center, will be hitting the transfer portal. Will he be following Coach Cal? Who knows? But in a rarity, when you see a breakup like this, I believe both parties win, and they won this breakup. And I don't want to say win, maybe they benefited. That's probably the better word for this situation. Both parties benefited from this breakup. Now, for Kentucky, they have a long history of winning, regardless of who the coach is, really, right? They do have that track record. And I think Kentucky fans feel, and I'm kind of included in this, we will be able to win, not regardless of coach, but we will be able to entice a great coach or lure in a good enough coach that we will be able to win, because Kentucky is still a blue blood, especially when it comes to basketball, right? They are a pillar of the sports collegiately. You would assume with the backing they have, the history there, the fans, that they will be able to produce a winner at some point, regardless of the head coach. For Coach Cal, I think for him, I am known to put talents into the NBA. I won a championship. I went to 4 Final Fours, but what I'm really known for is getting my guys into the NBA. And that is always going to get the top talent. And I think the combination of both made this run in Kentucky very special, because you had the prestige of Kentucky, you had the prestige of Coach Cal, and you merged them together, and you were able to turn in talented team after talented team. Whether or not they got it done on the court, but the teams were unbelievably talented. So them splitting and going their own way, I believe Kentucky will be able to get in a new coach. Who will it be? We don't really know yet. Now, I don't want to speculate too much on that for now. You don't really know yet. Of course, Billy Donovan is a big name that's going to keep coming up because of his ties to Kentucky. He started off as an assistant coach in the 90s at Kentucky. So I think him and how things are working with him in Chicago with the Bulls, that could be an option. I don't want to speak on other coaches, especially as they're still coaching, as in like potentially, a UConn coach coaching a national title game tonight. But I think Kentucky will have options, but for them, they're going to have to move with some type of urgency, right? If you want to keep some of the recruits, if you want to be a big player in the transfer portal, you probably want to have another coach in by Friday. So they're going to have to move quickly. Now for Cal, I think for him, for Kentucky, a fresh start. That's what they get out of this, a fresh start. For Cal, you don't want to say it in a bad way, but you get to avoid the smoke, right? Because fans were on the neck of Coach Cal. Even before this last season, this was pretty much a proven year this season. And not winning a game in the SEC tournament, not winning a game in the NCAA tournament with this roster, with the squad that we had, when you seen him walk off that court, you thought it could be it. Then, of course, at least my mind was changed a little bit, but the pressure was crazy. Just my friends, people I went to school with talking about the situation, they wanted Coach Cal gone. So the pressure was there. I was one that wanted him to kind of stay, but I understand. Sometimes at some point you got to go, right? If you can't get the job done. So a lot of people wanted him gone. They were calling for his job, and I think it got tiring, it got stressful. And why not go to a school like Arkansas where you have the backing, you're getting the NIL money, at least they're promising you access to that type of money to still be able to recruit, to bring in the guys that you're used to bringing in, and you get a fresh start. You're going to come in, you're going to be rejuvenized, you're going to be ready to go, right? I see all of this. You're gonna have the charisma, the charismatic Coach Cal will be back. He won't be looking as stressed and as dead on the inside during these press conferences, right? I think it's a fresh start for him as well. Arkansas, yes, is not Kentucky. It's still a program that has had a success of winning in the 90s, going to 2 national title games, winning one. They've been good the last couple of seasons. I think this will be a good fit for him. I think Arkansas fans are going to love him. I think he's going to bring in a lot of attention and hype around that program that we have not seen really since the 90s. I think he's capable of doing that. And for Kentucky, you don't have to pay the $33 million buyout fee. So you get move on from him. Don't have to pay anything. Cal gets the fresh start. Kentucky gets the fresh start. Who they hire as head coach is going to be pivotal. Going to be huge, but I don't think there's a shortage of qualified candidates out there. You just have to do your best job of vetting through them and selecting the right one. But Cal definitely avoided the smoke. I don't think there's no way around it, but it's not in a negative way. Sometimes you just need that fresh start because at some point you are underappreciated and you feel that I'm being underappreciated and maybe I don't deserve the type of heat that I have because of everything I have done for the team, the university, and the community in Lexington. And to have everybody essentially turn on him, I can feel that weighing on you and just wanting to get somewhere else. And I think this is a situation of both of those. So those are my initial thoughts of Coach Calipari leaving Kentucky, heading to Arkansas. Reportedly is not official yet, but we expect it to be official relatively soon. I think the report yesterday said it could happen as early as the next 24 hours. So maybe by the time you're watching this, it is official. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Arkansas's future. I'm excited for Kentucky's future. Fresh air for both. We'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? Do you think Coach Cal ducked the smoke? Do you think he made the right decision going to Arkansas? Are you puzzled by the entire thing? Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. As usual, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.